Alrighty guys, and welcome back. So today we've got a pretty special video. We're doing a case study with one of my longest standing clients, Nick. Good to have you on, bro.
Good to be here, brother.
Awesome, man. So I guess we'll just start it off, bro, because you've been in sales for what, like 11, 12 months now? Has it been a year now?
No, it hasn't been a year. I've been in it now for coming up to 11 months.
Okay, cool. So I guess we'll start it from the start, man, because obviously you came to me through like a mutual friend, someone who runs like a seven-figure company. And yeah, I guess we'll just start it off with a bit about your background, like where you were before coming to me. Like what were you doing at that point in time?
So basically, I was working in the trades, working as a concreter specifically. I'm
Yep.
sure you know you're in the trades what it's like.
Yep.
I sort of ventured off. I went into doing gym sales, which I thought was like a top echelon of sales. Quickly found out that it actually wasn't. It was actually it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I just found myself bouncing between jobs, man. I just wasn't like, I didn't have any, I knew the outcome. I just didn't know what vehicle I was going to take to get there.
Yep.
After gym, I went back into the trades. I was feeling lost. I didn't know where to go next. And then really just messaged our mutual friend and started there.
Sent to me. Yeah. And before that, I know you were like trying to do things in the online space to make money online before getting into remote sales. So like what were you doing at that time as well? If you want to run everyone through that.
Yeah, so I started, what did I do? I did affiliate marketing for Andrew Tate. So I was like, I was making like short form content, and I was doing that for like 6, 7, 8 months. And it was just like I was pushing through, but then it just felt like I was putting in my hard work and I wasn't getting nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Not to say that his program was bad. I just feel like maybe it felt like the wrong vehicle for me.
Yeah.
And then I started a agency. So just trying to acquire clients, all of those things, build info products and for these clients and make money that way, but just didn't stick. And the reason why is because I didn't have the skill of sales.
And I guess like for you, bro, like what was like the turning point? Because you tried all these things, and I feel like a lot of people who come to myself, or like people we speak to in biz op sales anyway, they try a bunch of different business models, whether that's e-commerce, affiliate marketing, whatever it might be. What do you think the biggest shifting point or like difference was when you got into sales? Like what helped you get to where you are now?
I think knowing that from all the opportunities that I tried last time, I knew by me starting sales, I knew the reason why it didn't work because I didn't know how to sell.
Yeah.
I did not know how humans work. I didn't know how to communicate effectively. I didn't know how to even hold like just a normal conversation.
Yeah.
And it was like it was weird because I'm just like a very fast talker. I stumble over my words, right? I just couldn't communicate right. And then when I just got into sales, it just felt like the right thing.
Yeah.
I picked it up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was within like my first 2 to 3 weeks. Like I got my first sale within six days.
Yeah.
And that's what gave me the boost. Like that's when I knew that like I'm onto something here.
Yeah.
And then I just ran with it, and here I am.
If I recall correctly, I think you did maybe like was it $5,000 in commissions your first month in sales, or was it what did you do in your first month?
In my first month I did 5.5K.
Yeah. And that's more than
I made more in that month than I did working as a concreter
ever. That's crazy. And I think just taking it back as well to like people trying out different business models, I think that's where people go wrong. A lot of people have like their ego where they think they can go out and build $1 million business in the next 6 months. But I guess like when did you realize like the skill of sales is one of the most important skills in business itself anyway?
So at our company, right, like we've got offers that are it's 4.8, it's 9.8, and it's 28.8, right? And I think it was like after my first month, I did the highest one, which is 28.8. And I studied that call, and that's when it actually hit me. It was like my communication and actually understanding the person, and not like no fancy word tracks, like, like nothing like that. It was just like, it was basically just a human to human, natural convo. And that's when I knew I cracked it. That's when I knew that I was onto something like really good here. And if I stuck to that, I was going to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. And I think the big question that most people watching this video right now are thinking is like, how much does this guy make? right? So there's 3 different segments I want to go through here. Your biggest day, biggest week, and biggest month in sales to date.
Okay. My biggest day, $5,000 in one day. My biggest rolling week, so a 5-day week, $9K. And my best month, 20.
Crazy. And did you, before sales, like, dude, you're just having conversations with people over the phone, which is crazy. Did you think this was possible before getting into remote sales?
No.
No?
No, I didn't think like actually speaking to people, because like at first, like the way you see it, right, is just like there's people on Zoom calls and they're like closing these deals, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't have the faith because I never tried it, right? And then when I got into like getting on the phones, it just like you do it and then it works and then you get paid for it, and it's just like your whole paradigm of the way that
Yeah.
you see life just shifts.
You're printing money from having conversations out of thin air. It's pretty
Literally,
crazy.
like that 5K day, right? That took me 2.5 hours to make that money. Because it wasn't the 8 hours I did in that day; it was the 2.5 hours I had on the phone.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. Because people put in 40 hours a week and make 4K a month. And you did that in 2.5 hours of work. And over the past 11 months, obviously you've been stacking month on month, getting better and better, making more and more every month as well. What, like, I guess, like in a short sentence, bro, like in the past 6 months itself, like how has life changed?
Massively. I moved out of my parents' house, so for just a bit of context, like probably like my entire life, I was sort of known as the kid in the family. Yes, the black sheep, but could never reveal its colors. Could never really shine. And to go from living in my parents' house when I generally got told by other people that you're going to be there until you're like 50. It's funny, right? To then moving out of my parents' house and moving into an apartment worth 1.9 mil, and the rent doesn't affect me. Like just that, it's literally blown my mind, and it's opened up my mind in ways that the way that I see the world and what else you can do and how possible your goals can be. It's been a massive perspective shift. And like, you know, I used to pay gym, like, I think it was like $10 a week. My gym costs $120 a week. Okay. Like a year ago, I'd be like, what? I can't do that.
And now we're over in Bali.
And yeah, like I've literally, this is my second time here, and 12 months ago, I was like, I don't know when I'm going to travel. I didn't know. And then like 8 months later, I came here, and then and now I'm back for the second time here. It's just, life's just gone a full 360 on it.
It's crazy, bro. And I think more important than just money itself. And this is one thing that I hope all of our clients experience. It's like you have choice, control over your life, control over your future, and options to where you want to work, what you want to do, because money isn't a restriction anymore in itself. But I guess for you, bro, like the one thing I want to say, and I'll pull this up and I'll put the screenshots up, but just a pre-frame, when Nick first came to me through a mutual friend, right? Like you came to me asking for like an opportunity.
Yep.
For a setting opportunity.
Yep.
And I was looking at this, like I think it was like a month ago. And dude, you were spamming the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'll pull the message. I'll show you in a sec. And then I'll put a screenshot on the screen as well. But the reason I'm pulling this up and I want to share this is because a lot of people ask, like, what does it take to be successful? Not just in sales, but like in any area of life in itself. And it's the level of hunger and tenacity you move forward with. And you hold that characteristic very, very, very strong, bro. So I'll pull this up.
It's literally so true. I was like on your case.
Bro, you were pounding me. No, bro, that's so sad.
Fuck. I was actually like hounding you because I like every day that went past, I was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Like, is he like ghosting me or something?
Yeah, here we go. Look. So you said, hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Insert name, sent me your profile.
Yeah.
You know anyone that's looking for reps? And I said, hey, bro, you looking for a role? And then I said, what's your experience? And then you said, run my own sales calls for an agency, coaching a couple months back. And I was just like, happy to help out. And then I sent you like a job board. Like I didn't really have any intention like training you up and helping you out at that point. But this is what changed. It's because of the level of hunger you were coming at me with. So you were like, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Speak soon. And then you said, happy to climb the ranks. I'll apply shortly. And then, this is where I got you to send me like a Loom video, like introducing yourself, rocking the what's that? That ASAP Rocky background.
The ASAP Rocky background, mate. That definitely helped.
I was like, this guy's a stud. And then here we go. So ready? So you said, "Hey, bro, just following up," and then I sort of ghosted you. I sort of like pushed you aside, and then you said, "Yo, bro, any updates?" 3 days later, and then I just pushed it under the rug again, and then another 2 days later, you followed up again, and then another like week and a half later, you followed up again, and that's when you got an interview. So it took you about 3.5 weeks and like 5 different attempts to try and land a role and to get trained up. But like, what would have happened? Like, the reason I bring this up is like, what would have happened if you only tried 2, 3, or even 4 times?
I would honestly think if I didn't keep following up with you, I most likely wouldn't be here.
Yeah, like in your own way, bro. Because like I know like how you operate. You probably you could have been, maybe not.
Maybe not.
But the reason I say it is because like for like people wanting to get into remote sales, people watching this video now, what would you like? What's the number one characteristic and trait you would say they need to like hold and let go of?
Just based off of my own experience in changing my life and doing the things that I do now, the number one trait I think anyone should and needs to possess is hunger. And I would combine that with just being as tenacious as possible. I've always had it. I just haven't utilized it enough times in my life. Like,
And just to pause you there, I think that's about the vehicle though, right?
yeah,
Because you can be working in concreting, and if there's zero, you could have like a great work ethic, quote unquote, but if there's zero hunger, you're not going to work hard, right? So what would you say to people like let's say like they feel like they're capable of more, they're meant for more out of life, but they haven't found the right vehicle, they're looking into remote sales, like what would you tell them?
I would say if you're not looking in the right places, you're like, and I mean this like because this was me. You subconsciously get comfortable with the position that you are in now, and your brain never expands to what else is out there. You need to have like that hunger and that willingness to actually do something, and you will find the right vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, you need to zoom out of the life that you're in currently, it depends what you do, right? You need to zoom out and think, what do I actually want? And for some people it's cars, some people it's money, some people it's watches, some people it's just to make 10K a month to get out of a job and they're happy.
Yeah.
So get the outcome and find out why that's meaningful to you.
Yep.
And get out of the comfort zone and just be as tenacious as possible and attack life.
Yeah.
And you will get what you want.
So looking back, bro, over the past like 11 to 12 months of your journey, what would you say to someone who might be like watching this, but they're on the fence of getting into remote sales? Like maybe they want to get into remote sales, but there's like a bit of uncertainty or like a little bit of fear, skepticism holding them back.
I'll just explain my experience of what happened to me. Obviously, as Liam showed earlier, the messages, the follow-ups, that was me being tenacious and hungry about it. At the same time, I was met with fear because if I do land this role, and I've got like I'm going into a company and they do well over seven figures a month, and I knew that I had to perform highly, and that was in a way getting in the way of me not wanting to take the action. But how I overcame it was I honestly just thought about the outcome, like how meaningful was my outcome. Like, not to go into much detail about my entire life, I've always had that meaning. Like, I wanted to do stuff for my mom, I wanted to provide a good life for the family, I wanted to do the things I want, and that's what was in my mind that whole time. Fear got in the way. I was like, is fear in this current moment, is fear worth it more than the goals I want? Because if it is, then I'm not ever going to achieve whatever I want. And if you have deep meaning behind why you're doing something, that's how you overcome the fear, in my experience. But in this instance, if you don't ever try to go for what you want, you will never know. So just try it.
Yeah. I think it's like the saying, like, you either let the fear overcome you or you overcome the fear.
Yeah.
And you've run exactly that, bro.
Yeah.
And I guess like for people who are thinking about like maybe they've been looking into Freedom Founders for quite some time, maybe it's been a day, a few weeks, a few months. Like, what would you tell that person? Like, let's say they're on the fence, they're thinking about joining. Like, what would you tell them?
I would sit there and ask yourself, what am I scared about? why am I scared of this? And if I don't overcome this fear, will I ever achieve the great the meaningful and impactful things that I want to do?
Mhm.
If the fear outweighs that, that's your time to jump
Mhm.
and just do it. Because the amount of times I've been scared, and I'm sure the amount of times you've been scared and you just overcome it, what's happened?
Yeah. Exactly
You've
right,
just
bro.
grown.
Exactly
So
right.
like, it's normal to feel fear. You're always going to feel fear. It's never going to leave you. But the more times that you overcome it and you bite your tongue and you go for it, the more times that you get to live a fruitful and eventful life.
Mhm.
And you look back and you'll be so happy that you actually took the jump,
Yeah.
because that's what separates the 99 to the 1%.
Like what do you see, like, I guess, like the characteristics in like what separates someone who comes in, pays money, doesn't get the results, to someone who absolutely crushes it and sees results nearly right away?
Well, I've seen this. I've seen this a few times. And I think the number one characteristic of someone who comes in instantly and makes it happen and starts like comes in, learns, gets a role, starts making money, is they're they're basically, the best way to put it is, they're committed, they're determined, they're tenacious, they're hungry, and they have such an attachment to the meaning of the outcome,
Mhm. Yeah.
and nothing else can outweigh that.
Yeah.
And you can teach yourself hunger, yes, but the only way to train it is if you just keep going. Because I would say, hand on heart, I was never this tenacious, right? Like I
Yeah.
always had a bit of hunger, but I look back now, I'm just like, who am I?
Yeah.
If you don't have a persistent pursuit to go at something for a meaningful reason, then you're not going to do it. If you're not uncomfortable enough in your situation now, you're never going to do that.
Yeah.
So get uncomfortable and realize that if this current path is not serving you, then you got to make a change. But
100%.
someone that comes in and doesn't make it is someone, as what I just said, just I think to me personally, they are attached to the money,
Mm.
and the money by itself isn't going to get you to where you want to go. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, you can still probably make 3, 4, 5K a month if you just chase the money,
Yeah.
but you're not thinking about the other things, and you're not chasing the other things that comes along with it. For example, I'm going to take my mum on holiday soon to Canada,
Sick, bro.
and that's going to be very expensive, and that's a meaningful thing.
Yeah.
And when you say it out loud to other people, when they hear it, you're now so your word, and you have to be accountable to that. And I think it's also like a little bit of an ego thing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want people to be
Oh, I
like,
think
oh,
so.
he didn't do it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 100%.
if you
Hey, bro, if your mum's watching this, or if any of your family's watching this, you have to bring her on that Canada trip now.
listen, we're going to be going to Quebec soon. I'll be surprising you with that ticket, and I'll be posting it.
Let's go. Let's
go. And if you just don't have those characteristics, as I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
then you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
So it's best that you learn it, and you go through the trials and the tribulations of learning it.
Yeah.
The-
I 100% agree, bro. And one thing I want to add on is I think hunger is expanded as well, right? Like before I got into this industry and was doing remote sales, same probably goes for you as well, where it's like, yes, you have the initial drive, you have that initial hunger. There's something that got you to the position you're in now in itself, which is that initial hunger. But once you see what's possible, and on the other side of taking action and risk, I think it's riskier not doing anything at all. But for people calling it risk, if you take that risk for yourself, that hunger, it expands anyway, because you see what's possible.
Everything that I've done personally for myself has just been risks, and my hunger is slowly, after every risk I've taken, just grown and grown
Yeah.
and grown and grown and grown. And like the best thing that sort of like caused me to grow, and my hunger to grow as well, was actually just spending money and upgrading the lifestyle.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro. If you guys are considering getting into remote sales, and you've been looking at getting into remote sales for some time now, there will be a link in the description below. So feel free to check that out. Apply to work with us one-on-one. But is there anything else you want to say before we hop off?
No, that's
Awesome.
all.
Appreciate you coming on, bro.
No worries at all, brother. Pleasure to be here.